Karoline Leavitt often dreamed of working in politics, but she never could have imagined that she'd make history doing it. From the softball diamond to the White House press briefing room, Leavitt's rise has been nothing short of stunning. Karoline Leavitt was born in August 1997 to Bob and Erin Leavitt. The couple owned an ice cream shop in Atkinson, New Hampshire, and from an early age, Karoline began helping out at the shop. She recalled on the Catholic Current podcast, "I used to work probably before I was legally allowed to, but that was the way I was raised. We, went to work every single day."
And I am so proud to have been born and raised in this state in a hardworking small business family.
Karoline has two older siblings, Joe and Mike, with whom she shares a tight bond. She also has a rare connection with her brother Joe. Their close friends, Nick and Erica Pandolina, married each other in 2024. Karoline, who was a bridesmaid, took to Instagram to share a heartfelt caption writing, "When your childhood best friend marries your brother's childhood best friend, it makes for an unforgettable weekend." Growing up around brothers encouraged Karoline to develop a tenacious spirit. The siblings often fought playfully, and Karoline was on the receiving end of their pranks whenever she was home alone. Nevertheless, Joe and Mike were still protective of Karoline. Karoline told the Dairy News, "I could be president and they'll still treat me like their little sister. I love that and I hope it never changes. They humble me and keep me grounded." In 2015, Leavitt started attending St. Anselm College in New Hampshire on a softball scholarship. She enrolled at the institution as a communication and politics major and played for the softball team for 2 years in 2016 and 2017. As a rookie, Karoline participated in 36 games and was third on the team in home runs. In her sophomore year, she played in 19 games. She told CBN News about her days playing college-level sports. "I was a competitive athlete growing up, not just softball. I played field hockey and played many different sports throughout my childhood. I learned discipline, hard work, and teamwork. And also, competing against yourself to be the best that you can in athletics, I think has prepared me, especially for this job."
The game of softball and sports prepared me for the game of politics.
Leavitt excelled in class just as she did on the softball diamond. She made it to the Northeast 10 Commissioner's Honor Roll for 2 consecutive years and was named to the Dean's List multiple times. During her time in college, Leavitt pursued her childhood dream of being a reporter. Growing up, she and her brothers would pretend to report the news and use a camera to take recordings themselves. So it was no surprise when Leavitt founded a broadcasting club in college. Dubbed the St. Anselm Broadcasting Club, the group was the home of several shows by the school's up-and-coming journalism talents. Leavitt herself kept her audience up to date on politics. She covered the 2018 New Hampshire midterm election and was also a sports anchor, where she often dished out updates on the school's field hockey team, the Hawks. Leavitt also wrote for the school newspaper, the St. Anselm Crier. In her first online piece for the publication, she called out former CNN host Don Lemon for his alleged bias against Donald Trump. Leavitt wrote, "On Don's show, it's okay for liberals to pick on Donald Trump for everything from his hair to his rhetoric. The Democrats and Don himself critiqued Trump for nearly half the airtime. Yet, when the Republicans tried to speak, Don interrupted and hounded them with questions. How is this in any way fair?" Leavitt's political interests began taking shape during the 2016 presidential election. She was still in college at the time and had the opportunity to meet several presidential candidates on campus during the New Hampshire primary while working for Fox News. She told Politico, "That experience was my first glimpse into the world of press, and I knew I wanted to pursue it in my career post-grad." Her political passion was nurtured through the New Hampshire Institute of Politics St. Anselm, a society that often invited veteran and aspiring politicians to speak to students. During her junior year in 2018, Leavitt tried to get an internship at Fox News, but wasn't picked by the outlet. She eventually got an internship at the White House, during which she spent countless hours writing letters on behalf of President Trump. The application process was surprisingly seamless. She recalled in an interview with The Megyn Kelly Show,
"I literally went on whitehouse.gov and applied for the internship, and they chose me. I don't know why, but they did."
Leavitt revealed that she wanted the role after hearing a classmate talk about their experience interning for the Obama administration.
I thought, that's fascinating. I want to be an intern for Donald Trump.
Leavitt graduated from St. Anselm College in 2019. That same year, she returned to the White House and worked as an assistant press secretary. She left when President Joe Biden was sworn in 2021. Leavitt then got a job as the communications director for New York congressional representative Elise Stefanik before setting her sights on bigger political dreams. In 2022, 25-year-old Leavitt went up against incumbent New Hampshire Congressman Chris Pappas as the Republican candidate in that year's election. Leavitt put up a spirited fight and was assured of an inevitable win. She told WMUR-TV,
I feel so confident, and I know that our team has worked so hard. We've knocked hundreds of thousands of doors. We've put in the work to speak to voters directly.
Leavitt ultimately lost the race to Pappas, who was re-elected for a third term. He still applauded Leavitt for her efforts, telling WMUR-TV, "I have nothing but respect for her in the campaign she ran, and we should all be grateful to those who step up to run for office." Leavitt first crossed paths with real estate developer Nicolas Riccio during her congressional campaign. She recalled on The Megyn Kelly Show, "A mutual friend of ours hosted an event at a restaurant that he owns up in New Hampshire and invited my husband, and I was speaking and, we met, we were acquainted as friends. One thing led to another and the duo began dating." Leavitt was initially skeptical about dating Riccio because of their 32-year age gap, but the two eventually fell in love. She told Megyn Kelly, "It's a very atypical love story, but he's incredible. He is my greatest supporter. He is my best friend. He's my rock, and he's built a very successful business himself, so now he's fully supportive of me building, my success in my career." Although Leavitt and Riccio both possess a determined spirit, they have different personalities. In a now-deleted Instagram post, Leavitt once revealed that she is the more extroverted partner, while Riccio prefers to keep to himself. Leavitt and Riccio welcomed their first son, Nicolas Robert, on July 10, 2024. An excited Leavitt took to Instagram to announce the good news, writing, "It's true when they say there's nothing comparable to the love you feel for your child. My heart has grown bigger than I ever imagined possible. Babies are the ultimate blessing, and I'm bursting with gratitude for our beautiful, happy, healthy boy." It didn't take long before the world of motherhood clashed with Leavitt's demanding career. On July 13, 2024, there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, who was campaigning at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. A gunman's bullet missed Trump by a whisker but left him with a bleeding ear. Leavitt, who was then working as the spokesperson for Trump's campaign, decided to return to work immediately. Leavitt has since found a way to juggle motherhood and her career. According to her Instagram account, being a mom gives her the inspiration she needs to keep going. Leavitt told the New York Post, "Being a mom helps me to be better at my job. It gives me a great perspective on life and allows me to remember that not every bad day is the end of the world, because my greater purpose is being a mom." In January 2025, Karoline Leavitt made history by becoming the youngest person to serve as White House press secretary. She made her debut press briefing on January 28, 2025, during which she relayed information on cabinet nominations, as well as several actions taken by the administration on illegal immigration, inflation, and gender recognition. While interviewed on My View with Laura Trump, Leavitt said this of her first press briefing, "It was a moment seeing just a sea of people who want to make me look bad. It's just me, myself, and I up there. But it's an empowering moment, and you are, as you can tell, elevated."
You are the leader of the orchestra.
Leavitt is reportedly making six figures as Trump's press secretary. This is according to a 2024 report, which revealed that several White House staff members, including the press secretary, made a $180,000 annual salary working for the Biden administration. However, the salary comes at the expense of proper sleep, which Leavitt doesn't mind. She told CBN News of her sleep schedule,
It's usually about 5 to 6 hours a night is what I'm doing, which is all we need. As President Trump says, when you love your job and you love your life, you don't need to sleep much.
In December 2023, Nicolas Riccio got down on one knee and popped the question to Leavitt. A delighted Leavitt took to Instagram to share pictures from her simple beach engagement and wrote in the caption, "The best Christmas of my life." Leavitt flaunted a radiant 3-carat diamond ring, which was said to cost a fortune. The couple reportedly tied the knot in January 2025, but Leavitt didn't share photos from her big day until March 2025. The Riccios appear to be one happy brood, but their age gap is still an eye-catching topic. On Easter weekend 2025, leggy pictures of Leavitt and her family surfaced on Instagram, which made her big age gap with her husband hard to ignore. According to fans, Leavitt looked young and vibrant in a loose-fitting knee-length yellow dress, while her husband appeared older in a casual suit and pant combo.